Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Sky Spirit channel. I hope whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this, you're having a fabulous day so far. This morning, I'm going to do a little bit of an astrology overview, quick collective reading, and then we do the 12 card reading where I invite you to pick a number between 1 and 12, and then we'll have a look and see what the cards have got to say about your day ahead. So moving straight into the astrology overview, we have got a day where you could find yourself overexcited, overstimulated. There's just so much information going on and so much to process for you. We've got a moon in Virgo squaring Jupiter, which is in Gemini. So this is that information overload coming through, and you might end up feeling like you're over peopled, like you just want a break from everybody and you want to retreat a little bit. In fact, you could feel like going into the hermit mode. So like drawing back your energies, going really introspective and just, having some isolation to get away from all the hustle and bustle. So yeah, we've got an energy of the hermit, or perhaps the Four of Swords today. So watch out for that. It's going to be a frazzling day mentally and emotionally, I think. Right, quick collective reading. This morning we have my cat meowing outside the door rather than the dogs barking. It's a very professional setup. Right, quick collective reading then. Oh, interesting. Right, so when I do a collective reading, it's like this can apply globally or it could apply to you. It's like it's not a one size fits all, if you see what I mean. So this is quite an interesting reading because I've got the Two of Cups here, which is the relationship card. It's about partnerships. So that could be on a sort of overarching level, sort of global level. It's about successful partnerships when it's in this orientation. But then we've got the Nine of Swords, thankfully reversed, because this would indicate that a partnership, it could be a romantic partnership or it could be sort of a business partnership, because we've also got the Ace of Pentacles on the other side here. These two cards indicate that a period where this relationship was a nightmare, literally, this is the nightmare card. I'm getting my hands mixed up again because I've got a mirror screen on. So whatever nightmare this relationship had in it, it was like really on rocky ground, and that is lifted now. So it's changing. It feels like the energy has reversed and you can look forward to a much better future in this relationship. Now, strangely, this has got, well, not strangely, but unusually, I guess, we've also got the Ace of Pentacles here. And this is about success and it's about manifesting what you desire in life and stability. So reading these cards from a relationship point of view, if this was, if you were directed to find this reading and it's a message for you, it's like a reassurance that a relationship that's been a rocky road, a difficult journey so far, that period's coming to an end. And this is a period that's coming now of stability. And it's a new start with it being an ace. And it's the Pentacles is about stability, and it's about it can be about finances, but when I'm reading it in context of the first card, which is a cup, so it's emotional, it's sort of indicating that there will be a new period of stability, and that's going to be a really good place for you to move into. Or if this is a more overarching global reading, then it looks like whatever this partnership has been, the problems are coming to an end and there will be a resolution. So I hope that that's found you if you needed to hear that message. Right, okay, moving swiftly on. Gosh, I have cut down on the waffle this morning. It's only 4 minutes 15. We're into the 12 card reading already. So I would like you to choose a number between 1 and 12, or choose more than one number if you feel drawn to. Perhaps ask your spirit guide or higher self to direct you to a number, and then listen. and see if you can discern a number being delivered to you by that source. Then I'm going to lay the cards out and I shall read them in random order. So stick with me to hear your number. At the end of this 12 card reading, I'll be taking any live questions that you have. So if you've subscribed to the channel, please do. If you haven't, if you've subscribed to the channel, then stick your question in the chat. You can also email it to me at naomi@skyspirit.co.uk. And if you email, I'll send you an answer. I'll do an answer tomorrow because I won't pick up the email during this live show. Hi, Kirsty, by the way, and hi, KLG. Right, let's get these cards out. What day of the week are we on now? It's Wednesday, isn't it? How this week has flown by. Unbelievable. Right, today we're going to start with number one. Ooh, number one. You've got the 9 of Cups reversed. Now, what this means is that whatever you were most wishing for, so whatever you were trying to achieve, and it's like a heart desire sort of thing, with it being cups, it's more than likely emotional, something you feel strongly about. Whatever you were trying to achieve, you're not going to achieve it given your current path forward. So this is a card that indicates that to achieve this, which is the upright 9 of Cups, which is your wish come true, dreams come true, in order to unblock this energy and get there, you're going to have to change your tact. So it's like you're going to have to take a new path or have a rethink of your methodology and what you're trying to achieve. So if you've chosen number one card, have a look at where you're trying to go. What do you absolutely want more than anything else? And then consider, is it worth changing to a new path? Because it looks like you ain't getting there at the minute. And there's like lots of obstacles that you can simply overcome and return to the full energy of the 9 of Cups, which is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck because it's the wish granted. It's you getting your heart's desire and what you dream of. But you're going to have to change the way that you're doing it, number one. Number two, okay, we have got the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is a card that says, okay, you've won the battle, but was it worth it? It's a card that sort of asks you, it's about a Machiavellian character. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that kind of person goes all out to win a battle, goes all out to get what they want, to get the outcome that they want. But they're sort of, once they've got it, it feels like, was it worth it? Or have I sacrificed too much? Or if you look on the card, the illustration, you've got these two guys walking away. This guy who's won, he's like, yay, look at me, I've got all the swords. And then these two are walking away, but he's looking back at them. So it's like regret. It's like, did you have to tread on somebody else to get to this place? Or do you feel that you might have treated somebody unfairly? Or do you feel that perhaps you could have had more tact? Or is there something you regret about an argument? It can also be a card that comes up if you've said something that you regret in an argument. So the card is asking you, you've won, but was the battle worth it? Sometimes it's not about winning. It's just about making people happy and sort of quietly accepting that, yeah, you know you're right and they're in the wrong, but it's just not worth the hassle of sort of battling that out. Hiya, Kazabear. Number 12, going to the top here. Lovely card. Number 12, you've got the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is like domestic bliss. This is marriage. This is partnerships. This is, if you're thinking about a relationship right now, then it's a really, really good sign that it's a stable and healthy and non-toxic relationship. And on this card, you've got the couples sort of harvesting their grapes. And when you see grapes in tarot, it's because grapes are hard to grow. So they symbolize hard work that's been put in, but now harvesting, reaping the rewards of that hard work. So if you've got a relationship on the go at the minute, then expect it to move into a new phase of security, stability. Maybe it's going to take on, maybe you're going to up the ante with it a little bit. So perhaps an engagement, perhaps a proposal. 4 of Wands is very much about marriage. Or if you're sort of single and happy, then this could be, you know, it's not all domestic bliss comes from having, you know, a significant other partner. This could be a relationship with yourself just as easily. It could be a relationship with your cat, with your animals. It's like just a feeling of knowing you're in the right place domestically, accepting that, you know, whatever's around you is for your higher good. So it's the best place for you to be. So enjoy this energy, number 12, and let me know if that resonates with you, because this is such a lovely card. I'd love to hear about it. Hi, Mahogany Clark. Yes, I'll be taking questions. If you type them into the chat, then I'll come to them at the end of the 12 card reading. Right, we have next, okay, number 11 is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is a quest for knowledge. So if this is you, number 11, you've either got a message coming to you today, which is going to give you some information that you want or need. So it's like somebody's knocking at your door, metaphorically, text, message, mail. Do we still use mail? Phone call? And it's like somebody is bringing that information to you, and it's some information that you've really needed in order to cut through the clouds, as the page is doing here with his sword, and see with clarity the truth of a situation. Now, on the other hand, with this card, because remember, these are only one card readings that I'm doing. So if I was to tell you I'm exactly sure which interpretation of the card fits, that would be a pure lie, because it's impossible to tell really with one card. The other interpretation of this card is you going out and seeking knowledge, because it's the knowledge seeker. So is this card inviting you to start digging about something, to start looking for some information that you need or that you want? Is there something that you need to learn? Is this information you can ask somebody about? So whichever way you look at it, knowledge seeking is literally on the cards for you today. Number 10. Hi, Pam. Number 10, oh, we got the Hierophant. So if you've chosen card number 10 today, this is a day where things might feel very structured, and you'll be almost like, can be like a square peg trying to force itself into a round hole, because you might feel that you're being, somebody's making you do something too rigidly. Is rigidly a word? I think it is. But they're sort of trying to make you conform. They're trying to make you part of the institution, part of the this card often comes up when it's like church, when it's like big organizations, big business, corporate, big pharma, but it can be on a smaller scale. So it's like somebody trying to make you into make you conform when you don't want to. You're kicking back, and it's like you would rather do things your own way, even if that way is rather unorthodox. So even if you're bucking the system, so to speak. And this card, with it being in its upright position here, this is giving you a real tap on the shoulder and saying whatever way you want to go forward, whether it's orthodox or whether it's your very own way, then that is the right way for you to choose. So number 10, that's a really interesting card, and I'd love to hear how that resonated with you. Number 3, you've got the 10 of Cups reversed. So this can be a tricky card, because it can mean that it can indicate breakups, but it can also mean that it's just a rocky patch with some kind of, can be a relationship, because it's cups, but cups are emotions and feelings, not always just romantic relationships. So it could be a rocky period in how you're feeling about yourself, or how you're feeling about the world around you. So it's like a card that's acknowledging to you that this sort of feeling of happiness and bliss and domestic bliss, and this couple looking over their farmland and their kids playing, that sort of feeling of security is sort of turned on its head a bit for you at the moment. And you might feel like you've lost your way forward a little bit, sort of like you've lost your path, like you're not quite sure of the things you used to be sure of when it comes to your feelings about something. So what I would say with this card is that, because it's quite a tumultuous energy, is that if you've got any decisions to make around your emotions, then I would try to hold off on making them. There's also, with the astrological things that happened today, that moon in Virgo squaring Jupiter in Gemini, you've also got an information overload. So it's like with this sort of tumultuous energy emotionally, plus what's going on in the skies, which is all that information and overload, it's not a day to be making hasty decisions when it comes to matters of the heart or matters in how you feel about something or somebody. I wonder if you can hear my cat, because she's like meow, meow, meow at the door. I do apologize if that's the case. Number four, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now, knights are often events like that are moving into your life. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot deck whose horse is stationary. So what this indicates is that this is something moving into your life, but it's not galloping in. This is steady progress. This is the thing is, even if you wanted this to go faster, it's not going to. It's going to come slowly, but it's also going to come with reliability and stability, and it's got determination behind it. So what this event card is telling you about this event is, let it happen at the speed that it's going at, even if it becomes frustrating because you want to push something through. Just stick with it and have the sort of inner strength to know that it's moving into your life, whatever this event is. It's going to be a very stable time for you, a time when you're going to feel secure in yourself, secure in your relationships, and also practically secure, because this is a pentacle card. But you're going to have to be a little bit patient and let this just develop. Let me know how that goes for you, number four. Number five, you've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So the Queen of Pentacles reversed can indicate that you're feeling like things are getting on top of you a little bit, and you might feel like you're having to depend on other people, or you might feel like you want to depend on other people, yet you're not quite sure where to turn in some respects. It's like this card will sometimes come up when you're having a little bit of a personal crisis. Could also be some finance or security related issues, with it being a pentacle, because my head went blank there. And it's like, if you're in that kind of situation and you approach somebody, or you want to approach somebody or some organization for help, but you're not sure where to turn, or people just aren't sort of showing up for you when you really need them to hold some space for you in order to move this energy forward. So if that's you, then you're feeling like this dependence on others. This card invites you to put your crown back on as the Queen of Pentacles, and remember who you are, and remember how powerful you are, because the Queen of Pentacles has got her ducks in a row. She knows where it's at. She is in control. She is somebody who has everything balanced correctly, and she's very, very sort of secure in that knowledge. She's confident with it. So remember, when a card is reversed, how I interpret them, it's the positive energy, but it's somewhat blocked when it's upside down. And this independent queen becomes the dependent, or the person that is unsure of their own decisions or motivations, or motivations. I just mixed up motivations with notifications. How mad was that? It's because I was looking at the chat. So it's a lady who isn't sure of her decisions and that. So it's a card that invites you to regain your confidence. Number six, you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a really powerful and energetic leader, and he's the person that has the vision to move you forward. So this can be, when it's a court card, okay, it's either you. So are you the King of Wands today? Are you the person in control? Are you the person who is going to move things forward? Perhaps a project, perhaps a relationship. You've got the energy today to sort of put that drive in. So is it you that's going to do that? And if so, this card is giving you a pat on the back and saying, yeah, take the credit, move forward, because the power is yours today. You are empowered, and you have a lot of positive energy around you today in order to lead and in order to make some quite tough decisions as well. So it's one of those days that if there has been something hanging around the back of your mind, or sort of one of those letters or bills that you've put to the bottom of the pile because you've got to ring up and sort it out and try and sort of think of a way to sort it out. This is the day to do it because the King of Wands energy is strong within you. The other way that this card can apply, because remember, as I always say with a one card reading, it's virtually impossible for me to say if this is you or a different person. So this could be as well, if you're looking for some friendly advice, or if you're offered some friendly advice by a man or the male aspect of a female, so a masculine energy who is quite mature, either in age or in wisdom, and somebody who is quite reliable, but they have a lot of energy. Now, if you're offered that kind of advice, this would be, the card is advising you to take that advice because it seems good. One extra thing, because this is wands, it could indicate a fire sign. So if a guy approaches you today and they are a fire sign, then it's another indicator to take that advice from them. And my head's just gone blank about the fire signs there. So we've got Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So if he's one of those three, then don't look a gift horse in the mouth and take his advice, because he's probably right. Number seven, you've got a lovely card. It's the Two of Pentacles. This card tells you that you might feel a little bit like you're out of balance or you're spinning too many plates, but be reassured that you have control of this situation, that you are the person who is spinning the plates, but is keeping them up. So you're able to multitask at the moment. You're able to take on new projects. If this card has come up and you're thinking about a relationship question, it asks you to ensure that you have got the balance right in your relationship. So are both parties putting the same amount of energy in? If this card was about something more general like life and work, it could be, is your life work balance needing some attention? Do you need more playtime, more work time? But in general, it's a card that talks about balance. If it was this way up, we'd be talking about a different situation, because this is the guy who's spinning too many plates and they're all flying off in all directions and crashing all over the floor. So the good news is this is this way up. It's a card that reassures you that you have the power to balance and you're doing really well at that. But it also reminds you to look at all aspects of your life and make sure that that balance that you work really hard to achieve is sort of covering every aspect of your life. And there's nothing that isn't having this unbalanced energy. If it is, because you've got the power of this card around you at the moment, or you've got this energy that's symbolized by this card, if there are unbalanced areas, you've got the power to change that when you're influenced by this sort of energy. Lovely card. Number 8. Yeah, number 8. So what we have here is Temperance. I always look at this and I always go, which one is that? For some reason, I always do it with Temperance. I should say something to me. Temperance is asking you to exercise some moderation, and it's asking you to, okay, so diet and health and things like that have not been playing on your mind, but they're important to you. And they seem to be taking quite a big stage in your mind. And it's like you're working really hard to balance things in moderation in your life, and to can also mean the balance between a spiritual and a practical. Is that the other side of it? Sort of your practical life and your spiritual life. It's about that moderation between the two. This card can come up when you're really, really looking deeply at your health and at the things that you eat and drink and absorb. So it's that sort of, if you've been looking at those things, this card is sort of telling you that it's that is a healthy thing for you to do, and you're moving forward with it. If I've totally lost my train of thought. What was I going to say there? Gosh. So that was about the diet, wasn't it? So it can also, yes, that was it. It was like if you have, if it's your spiritual and sort of practical life balance, this is a card that can come up. This comes up for me when I sort of go down too many rabbit holes on a spiritual side, and I'm like neglecting the things that I have to do, like the housework. So this card will come up and sort of remind me to make sure everything is balanced and you're spreading yourself across the things that you need to do. In fact, isn't it strange that this card came up after this card? This is number 7, this is number 8, because they are almost similar. And this is more about balancing everything, the sort of smaller details, whether Temperance is a major arcana card. So it's about big life changes. So when you get this card, it's possible that the changes that you're making, the balance that you're seeking to achieve, is a big life-changing balance. So it's really going to improve everything for you moving forward. Lovely card. Number 9. I often finish on number 9. Isn't that strange? Number 9, you've got the 3 of Cups reversed, which is interesting because it was next to Temperance. Temperance could be about moderation, and the 3 of Cups reversed is often about overindulgence and achieving a balance and achieving that moderation. Now, the actual design on this card is these 3 ladies, and they're partying hard, and they've got their glasses in the air. They're having a great time, but I guess they're going to wake up tomorrow with hangovers. And this card is saying, okay, that's metaphorical. I'm not saying that you're drinking too much here. I'm saying have a look at your life. Is there an area that you're overindulging in? Is there an area where you are putting a lot of energy into and spending a lot of your time in that sphere? And is it possible for you to draw back from that? Because it's a card that suggests you're putting too much into something, overindulging something. It can be as literal as, this is a card that comes up when somebody is in addiction. This is a card that will come up when somebody's just been burning the candle at both ends. So they're struggling to achieve, struggling to get things done. I'm guessing this might come up for my daughter when she's at university and she's got an essay to complete, but she's out partying. So it's that sort of card that's almost like a little bit of a scold and can be like, hey, bit of a kick in the butt, like get on with this and stop overindulging in that. But it's often not as literal as that. So if that isn't you, if you're not partying hard and putting, too much energy into something like that, it's a card that can be saying, okay, are there some other areas of your life where you need to redress the balance? And it's usually because it's cups as well. It's got a lot of feeling in it. So it's usually like social, rather than strictly work based or strictly sort of, if it was swords, it might be a conflict or something like that. Because it's cups, it's something with a lot of feeling there. So are you overindulging feelings somewhere? Do you need to rebalance the feelings in some kind of relationship way? Something like that. Right, that is my 12 cards done. Now I saw a question. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to scroll up this chat and find the question. Right, Mahogany. What are TR's next actions towards me? If you bear with me, I shall give the cards a good shuffle here. And even after doing this I've been doing this for 6 weeks on camera, because I've been reading cards for decades, but doing it on camera is something else. And I still haven't learned to do a riffle shuffle properly on camera. So I just keep them down here and then claim that I don't have a split screen because I haven't got the IT skills, which is also true. But it's also handy that I get to shuffle the cards out of view for when I drop them all over the floor. If you haven't yet, I don't want to jinx that. So let's give these cards a better shuffle. Right, so Mahogany, if you can focus on that question in your mind, and then we'll see what the cards have got to say. Let me just reread it so I can focus too. Next actions. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to put a clarifier on that one. Right, so we've got the next actions towards you are going to be something new. This is a 2, so you're at the beginning of a cycle. This is like taking a new look at things, looking at circumstances with a new perspective. Now, this person has got 2 wands, so they're either side, so it's like differing opinions, but he's standing in the middle. He has his hand on one, that's his opinion, and then there's another opinion here, which is sort of the second party, so your opinion, but the figure is standing in the middle, and that indicates that there is a thaw going on and sort of seeing things from your point of view. So this person is feeling more able to put themselves in your shoes. There's a growing of that sense of empathy going on here. Now, it comes with the Hierophant reversed, which suggests that it's sort of when the change comes, it could be something quite unexpected. So it could be something which is not how you'd expect this to progress, but it is positive nonetheless, because this guy has the world in his hands. And the message of this card is that the world is your oyster. So it feels like you're at the beginning of a new and positive stage in whatever these actions are. So I keep having to draw myself back to the question and not digress too much. So the actions towards you are going to be, this person is going to be looking with a new perspective. They're thinking, they're planning about where to go. And it feels like this card coming up next, the 5 of Swords. Remember, we had this card earlier, and it's a card that's like, was the battle worth it? So it feels like there's a ceasefire is what I would call it. And it's like they are considering whether any conflict would be worth it, or whether it's easier to just take this new path and take, go between these 2 opinions, empathize more, and not go full into battle, and not sort of, sort of engage in that way, if you see what I mean. But the ending card here is the King of Wands, and this suggests that whatever happens, there's a lot of energy in it. So it feels like these things are happening quite quickly, but it also feels like the outcome for you is putting you back in a position of power, and putting you back sort of somewhere where you feel more like you have more control of it, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, Mahogany, so please let me know if it does or if it doesn't. I think I saw another question. Did I see something from Kirsty? I think I might have done. Kirsty, okay, right, quick question. I tried to buy a piece of art, but you can't ship to Australia. Oh, that's not a question for tarot. That's a question for me about the art, I think. Kirsty, it's not shipping to Australia. I'm going to have a look at the website today because there was a problem with the shipping. So I'm going to have a look at the website, and I'll adjust the shipping. So hopefully by tomorrow, then I'll be able to ship from the website to Australia. So I hope that helps. And Mahogany Clark has come back to me and said that made a lot of sense. Brilliant. That's brilliant. And KLG, thank you. I will ask Ron to help me get that website sorted, because I am literally not a technical person, as you might have realized. So it has been lovely to be with you all this morning. Thank you so much to the Sean Atwood crew for coming and making my chat actually have chat in it. Yay, lots of it. So thank you so much to everybody. I shall be back live 10:30 in the morning. It's been wonderful to spend this time with you, and stay weird.